everyone, and welcome to my little corner over here that I am calling Tea Time Talk. A little chit-chat conversation, maybe some answers, some emails or comments from my YouTube fans. Yeah, I brought out my wise old owl today. He's going to be my helper. What is an owl? An owl is wise. I don't have all the answers to everything, no, but I'm going to try to help just a couple people today in my tea time. So let me pour my tea. Today I'm going to talk about a couple of things, but one is a 5-letter word we all know, stress. You know that word? Yeah. So how about a tea for stress? Well, there's all kinds. And the one that I have picked, oh, and I didn't open that little guy, should have. Chamomile is good for stress. Lavender is good for stress. And ginger. And what I have today is lemon ginger. I got these cute little things, kind of hard to get into it every now and then, from my son's girlfriend one Christmas. Just come in little bottles like this. And each one is a different tea. And so I'm going to try this lemon ginger today and see if that's going to help with stress. My stress. I have stress just like anybody else. I'm human. I'm normal. Really, I am. Last couple of weeks, yeah, I've had some stress. If I were to back up to another terrible thing that happened in our country, really, the plane crash, the helicopter plane crash with 67 people that died instantly. And I'm coming around the corner of, I think I was making the bed or something. I can't remember. I was in the bedroom doing something. And the TV was on. And of course you get that news alert. And I'm thinking, oh, now what? You know. And that's what it was all about, was that plane crash. Well, you know, folks, I stopped everything I was doing. I sat down on my couch and I watched every bit of that. I watched Nancy Kerrigan in tears because she knew all the ice skaters. It was her world. You know, it was just a horrible, horrible thing that happened. And then compound that stress with just a few days later having the other medic helicopter go down, killing now 7 people on that. And it's like, what is going on? You know, how horrible, how horrible. So my heartfelt wishes to the family, friends, everybody on that. How terrible. 1 minute you're here on planet Earth and just like that, you're gone. What does that tell you? Do say I love you to the people that mean the most to you, and say it often. Call them. Do something to make them know that you're thinking about them. So that was that a couple weeks ago. This last week, my gosh, it's going by so fast. Here it is, Thursday. Tomorrow makes 1 month since I had my surgery. Yeah. How am I doing? Okay. I've had a few little things along the way, and stress is one of them. I had my feelings hurt this week. Yeah, I'm human. Things happen. But I want to start off, before I get into a little story about what I did this week and how the similarities are. There's a couple things I would like to talk to you about and see if you can relate to it. If you can, send me a comment on it of how you dealt with it. Maybe I can help this other person that is struggling. So on my last video, I did talk about that a nice fan wrote me, and I have a follow-up from her that I'd like to read, but she did write me, and I had a couple comments after that in an email of, on my 3rd book that I mentioned that I wrote it in 2016. What's taken so long to have it published? Life got in the way. Truly, life got in the way. A lot of health problems, surgeries that I was down, and I couldn't continue. I really couldn't. Why do I print out all my pages is another one said. Why don't I just edit and do on my computer? I do. But instead of looking at a laptop screen like this, because you are, you know, whether it's on the desktop type of a computer, which I have, or a laptop, you're still leaning in with your neck. And that gives me a pinched nerve. It really does. So I like to print out my paperwork so that I can look at it and read it and say, or maybe, I've gone to bed for the night and I want to have an hour in there that I'm just kind of refreshing. When I look at it and I say, oh, yeah, I kind of like the way that sounded. Or, oh, got to put a comma in there, forgot that. It's just my way of doing it. Another comment, will I publish my poetry? Probably, yes, on down around the bend. I have too many irons in the fire right now. Okay, follow up from my dear friend Sharon in Fort Worth, Texas. That she said she had my Chicken Scratches, my second novel, in the Amazon cart. Well, she writes me and says, good evening. I hope this email finds you doing very well. I wanted to send you a quick email tonight. I just finished Chicken Scratches. Let me tell you, I was hooked. Thank you, thank you. It normally takes me months to finish reading a book. I read when I have a few minutes here and there. This one I made time to read. I finished it in 4 days. With all the twists and turns and mystery and the unexpected, it was hard to put down. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I definitely recommend it. You are a very talented writer. I look forward to reading your other published books. I may drop a hint or two for Mother's Day. Oh, wasn't that sweet from Sharon? Yeah, thanks, Sharon. I really do appreciate that. And I like follow-up on things, I really do. I'm glad you're reading it, or have read it. Now go to Crossroads. That one will blow you away too. When I got done with the second book, my older brother purchased both of my books. And I didn't think he'd like anything like that, or I just didn't even think he'd read something like that. Well, he did. And not only read both of them all the way through, he'd send me a text message. Well, I didn't see that coming. Or, I really didn't see that coming, on chapter 7 or something. And that made me feel good, that I thought, yeah, you're reading it because I can tell what chapter you're on. I know what parts you're reading, everything that you would say that. Okay, so with that being said, thank you, Sharon, very much. Go, everybody, buy the book. Whether you like to read or not, whether you like to read that kind of a book or not, just do it. Why? It'll lower your stress level. It really will. So when I talk about stress this week, gosh, there's something else that's coming up right around the bend this weekend. The Super Bowl. Now, I don't get into the Super Bowl football games the way I guess everybody else does. It just kind of wasn't my forte in life. I raised 4 sons. Husband watched football, all that, but I just never really got into it like other people do. Now, when it comes to the Super Bowl, yeah, I'll watch halftime of what the entertainment is, sure. I guess I take so much after my grandma that I like the World Series. I like baseball. I really do. I'll sit down and watch that. I understand the game. Okay, so I was sitting there last night watching the 4 o'clock news, and they have this doctor that comes on. It's a woman. And she was indicating about stress on a football game. Really, think about this. So stress or anxiety, what can it cause? Oh, so many things. We all know that. Causes heart palpitations, headaches, acid reflux, insomnia. Yeah, and so much more of things that go on in your body because of stress. How can a football game give you stress? Well, like the doctor was saying, first of all, you eat too much during a football game. You're all excited. And for some reason, you have to fix all these foods like it's a banquet. And most of them are very unhealthy for you. Fried foods, the chips and dips, nobody's sitting there eating a carrot stick, you know, and munching on things like that that are healthy for you. Oh no, we got to have all the greasy foods and sit there and watch a game that is high level anxiety. And I have been to my son's houses over weekends when the football game's on. And I'm telling you, I don't go back. Why? Because of the level of anxiety. Yes, they're up there screaming and yelling about some play that some guy did or didn't do. And, you know, getting all worked up. Heart palpitations, getting all worked up. I had a good friend years ago. A man, oh my gosh, he was really obsessed with football. And I think it was, it was basketball. That was another one. And he actually had a mild heart attack watching one of the world, like what's coming on this weekend. And I thought, really? You got that excited over it, huh? You got that worked up over it. Yeah, he did. Okay, so whether it's football, whether it's something else going on in your life, try to sit there and say to yourself, I'm not going to get that worked up. You know, I'm not going to eat all those bad foods. Try to go a little more healthy. And so this week, I had a couple of doctor's appointments. One was for me, one was for my husband. When we go over to the VA hospital, and if you're my age, if you are blessed to have a husband and you are, you know, going through medical things, you can relate to this. If you're not, if you're younger sitting there, listen to your elders. You're going to be there one day. You really are. Okay, so we go to the great big Veterans Hospital, and I'm sitting there in the waiting room, and I didn't want to go in on this particular visit with my husband because it was for his hearing aids. It was to get them adjusted and or get some new ones. So I decided, because normally I go in with him, so I decided I'm going to sit in the waiting room. Okay, so I did. Nice, comfy little chair of a cushioned bench chair that I was sitting on. Okay, that was great. And I was just kind of looking on my phone. They had good reception at the VA hospital on the internet, so that was great. Here come two different couples. They were older than me, okay? I don't know who they are, you know, but they sit down, and the women didn't go in, which told me, well, one of them I know went down a hallway where I think he was going to have a CAT scan done, and another one, I think he was getting some blood workup done. So the ladies stayed behind, chit-chatting. Okay. I'm not eavesdropping. I'm really not. But it's kind of hard to do when they're sitting right here next to you, you know, and they're carrying on this conversation. And I'm listening to them. And one of them is stressed, okay? What is she stressed about? Her husband with some tests. You know, how are they going to come out, this, that, and the other. And as I'm listening, you know, kind of not paying attention, but am, hard not to hear, they're talking about things I've already gone through. For every sentence, every little thing that they were talking about, I thought, I've done that. Yeah, I've been through that. I can honestly say, been there, done it, wore the t-shirt, threw it away. To all these little life experiences, they're just now going through, and yet they're older than me, and I've already been through them. So in my mind, I'm sitting there thinking, now the older that I get, and I am getting older every day, you know, that clock's just still ticking. Okay, but I still have time left, I hope. That I'm realizing as I get older, I don't really have the desire anymore for drama, conflict, and that big 5-letter word, stress. I just want to sit in my nice, cozy home. I want to have food on my table. And I do really want to be around people that make me happy. I don't want to be around what's called toxic people anymore. People that have a lot of problems. People that go on and on and on, that they're just griping about everything. That they want to either come over to your house or call you and just pour out their problems. What does that do? That brings you down. It really does. Pretty soon you're talking like them. Many years ago, there was a lady that did daycare. I knew her very well. And she sold Avon. And I thought a lot of her. I really did. She was just a real sweetheart. But when she got into the daycare, doing it at a later age in her life, she began talking like these little kids. And one day she came over, saw me some Avon, and she says, well, I'm kind of losing my friends. I don't understand. You know, could you be honest with me and tell me? Yeah, I will be honest with you and tell you. You have now developed the personality of just all these little kids. You can't seem to talk on an adult level. Oh my gosh. And then she talked it over with her husband. They agreed. What did they do? They got out of the daycare business. Yeah. Okay. So with getting away from what I call toxic people, and some of them you just have to really put the skids to, you know, you really do. Silence is a loud answer. But not only that, when you walk away, do the one step further. Stay away so that all the problems don't keep coming back on you. Okay, so this last weekend, I got an email from a gal that we're all trying to do something in our life right now. We really are. And I've said it before, this YouTube thing has been great. It really has. It's time consuming. It can be stressful. Yes. Whether you do it to be monetized, to have an income coming in, or whether you do it just like me, that I just get up in my kitchen and I try to put something together to show you this is how I make it. If you want to make it like this, you know, it's pretty good. Try it. That's how I kind of started out with all of this. And I've been doing it for several years now. Well, every now and then when something comes along that kind of catches your eye and you're thinking, gosh, they're struggling. And yes, I've been there, done that. Okay, so I call this next part of it the copycat. What is the copycat? The person who wants to be just like you. You're going to find that in a lot of different things. You know, look at the movie stars, you know, that want to look like so-and-so, and they change their hair, they dress like them. They have cosmetic surgery to be just like so-and-so. Why? When the good Lord made you just the way you are, and there's nothing wrong with the way you are. There really isn't. You're unique, you're special, you're beautiful in your own right. So, there's a gal, was a gal I should say. She wrote me an email. She's from North Carolina and her name is Pam. How did she write me and stumble across me? Well, YouTube is very much like Facebook. If you look at something on Facebook, say you look at an ad or something, and it pops up and it directs you over to like Amazon, then and you get out of Amazon, the next time you're on your phone on Facebook, all these ads come up on things that you just looked at on Amazon. It's kind of creepy, it really is. Well, YouTube kind of does it too. If you're looking at something on YouTube, some other YouTube channel that you're interested in, or you're just not even interested in, you're just kind of, oh, yeah, okay. Well, she kind of did that with me, but for a reason. I love this tea, it's pretty good. Might calm me down. Why is she looking at my YouTube video? Because of the apron that I had on that day. And I got to get back to wearing my aprons on my videos, I really do. So the apron caught her eye and she started watching my videos. Why? Because she started a channel showing people how to sew aprons and different things for your kitchen. Hot pads, beautiful table runners, placemats, all kinds of things. She wasn't selling them. She was just there to show you how she learned how to sew. She was sitting there by her sewing machine. It was really kind of nice. I only was able to catch one of her YouTube videos. She took them all down, deleted all of them after she wrote me this email. So I'd like to read it to you. You tell me what you think. She says, Dear Carol Diane, I'm struggling with something that I'd like your advice on. Boy, here comes the wise old owl. He's going to give the advice. Okay. I've watched your cooking channel for months. You're always so nice and you smile and laugh, which makes me happy for the day. Okay. For over 3 months now, I have had my own YouTube channel up and going. The first month was fine. Then as I continued into the second month, I had bad comments that devastated me. On into my 3rd month, I felt like giving up just from the horrible comments. So cruel and mean. Seems nothing I did was right in a few people's minds. Then after trying to tell myself to forget the comments, and by the way, I locked up my comment area, okay? I sat one whole evening just looking around YouTube at other channels similar to mine. That's when I came across a channel almost identical to what my channel was. I mean, the same theme, same supplies, same conversation, same everything. Clear down to how the person was dressing was almost a carbon copy of me. I was shocked. Then I was mad. I cried for hours. I wanted to delete my channel right then, that very minute. What am I to do? What would you do? Sincerely, Pam from North Carolina. Okay, so let's talk about these carbon copies. Copycats. I've had them, dear Pam. I've had them all my life. Way before this YouTube thing came along. People that want to be just like me. Why? I don't know. I don't find myself to be that special, really. I just go along in life and do my thing. Most of the time, it's a shake of the head dilemma that I'm even up out of my bed and what am I going to do today? You know, good, bad, or indifferent. Here I am making these channels for you, these videos. So like I said, I caught one of her videos before she took them all down. Every single one of them. She hadn't made that many, but she did delete it all off of YouTube. So I wrote her, and I wrote her a nice long email. I really did. I took time that afternoon, and I tried to advise her in a way of, come on, Pam, come back on and do your videos. It's you. Don't even look or be bothered about what somebody else is trying to copy you. There are tons of videos out there on YouTube. There are a lot of cooking channels. You think mine's the only one? No, it's not. Am I a perfectionist at it? No, I'm not. I probably never will be. Do people want to copycat me in my kitchen? I don't have any idea. I look at a lot of different cooking videos too. I know Martha Stewart and don't want to be. I know Julia Childs, don't want to be. You know, when she first filmed and did her videos, she was scared to death to be in front of a camera. She really was. I don't mind about a camera. I can do in front of a lot of different people. I don't seem to have that phobia about, you know, filming in front of a camera. I think that goes back to, I teach a class at the college. There's a lot of people there. I don't seem to, I've given eulogy. I've written eulogies. I've stood up before a lot of people in a church, you know, and said a lot of things. So that part doesn't bother me. But yes, what bothers me is somebody else taking something like her craft that she knows how to do, which is nice. She really had some nice things. Why she's not selling them, I don't know, because I indicated that in the email back to her. I'd buy one of her aprons in a heartbeat. She liked the one that I had painted. I don't remember. I had like a palette, a painter's palette on mine, and on my palette, instead of having paintbrushes and all that, I would have a whisk coming out of it, or my rolling pin, you know, keeping in the theme of kitchen and cooking. Okay, so she liked all of that. Well, if she had copied my particular design to the T on that particular apron, would it give me pause? Yeah, probably a little bit, it would. But I'd also have to sit there and say, she really liked what I did. You know, she really did. Enough to imitate it. Well, there's all kinds of copycats out there. That's why we have patents on things. It really is. So I tried to advise her, I think like anybody would, come back on. You know, try it again. Maybe try a different angle of it on YouTube. I brought up that I had one of my videos that it just turned black and I had to delete the whole thing. I took a snapshot of this comment from this gal that I watch quite often, I really do, that had commented on my particular video. And I like good comments, I really do. She says, how wonderful you are. And I want to say, before I even read this to you, it was at a time where I almost was like, Pam, I'm done with this. You know, I got a bad little comment and I thought, you know what? This is my time in my kitchen that I set aside for you to help the young people or whatever know how to put something together on a recipe. And if you don't like it, you know, for whatever reasons, click on some other video. I'm not the only one out there, but you don't have to leave a bad comment to upset me for the day or kind of make me say, wow, you know, that wasn't very nice. Are you trying to make me aware of something, but you did it in such a negative way? And so many videos, people come on and do that. The trolls, remember I talked about the trolls in a video. So before I decided I'm going to delete all my stuff, is when this gal, her name is Susan and Desi, she has a little dog. And I had taken a snapshot of it to send to one of my best friends that I said, look how nice this lady is to me. Really touched me. She says, how wonderful. You are beautiful, charming, and intriguing. You have the world by the tail. Ha! I laughed on that one. Good luck with your surgery and come back and make great videos. The world needs you. Cooking, lessons, and camaraderie. Much love to you, Susan and Desi. P.S. I love orange chicken. That was my orange chicken video. Okay. So my advice to Pam was the same thing. What she's teaching other people. The camaraderie that she can have on other people that like to sew. I'm not a sewer. I've told you that 1,000 times. I'm lucky to do a little curtain. I tried making aprons one day. I wasn't very good at it. I just didn't learn the art of the sewing machine of sewing detailed things like that. But if you have the talent for that, why not put it out there? I'm constantly, when I look up something that I don't know how to do, it can be, oh my gosh, I can't even think right now, some simple little thing. And I go on YouTube, you know, YouTube it and see, even my kids on some engine of, you know, well, how do you do that? They're on YouTube now looking it up because why? There's people there showing you firsthand how to tear apart an engine, how to do this, how to do that. Okay, so I do the same thing. So did somebody else, but she took it one step farther on Pam's videos. And why she wants to be the copycat, I don't know. But Pam, you are Pam. There is nobody else but you. You're here because of who you are. You're at the station in life of where you're supposed to be. Don't give up on yourself. Really, don't. I didn't give up on myself. Thought about it. Really, thought about it seriously. Don't give up on yourself and carry on and come back and show your videos again. Post them back up again. Make a new one. Maybe go in a little different area, but make a new one. I have to do the very same thing when I'm doing this. On the books, I may not get back to my books. I don't know yet. When you have health problems, when you have surgeries, and these aren't light little surgeries that I go through, I don't always get back up on my feet. And then I have what is, I do good for 3 days and then I fall over like the big old tree and I have something of some complication from it. It's just my body the way it does. And the last couple of weeks of the stress that I have been under on different things, yeah, I had another thing happen. Went to my doctor, thought I was having an inner ear infection. I really did. It's not what it turned out to be. The ball socket up here in my jaw is irritated right now. I have to be on an anti-inflammatory and a pain pill to calm it all down. He found the culprit of what it was. Then he had to find why it was doing what it was doing. And it all came back to that word again, stress. And again, stress can affect your body in so many ways. So if I was the wise old owl of any advice today, it would be, Pam, come back on and do your videos. For me, calm down with my nice lemon ginger tea for the afternoon. Still continue to make my videos, maybe not very long videos, something very simple, which I'm still going to continue to do. The wise old owl is still trying to tell me, okay, get back to that book, get back to the cookbook, whichever one I want to do first, I don't know. But for me right now with this aching pain that I have, it's hard for me to sit and look into my computer. It's hard for me to even sit and look at paperwork, intensely for hours at a time. And that's what it takes, hours at a time. Good advice from different people does help. There are a lot of videos out there for seniors, the golden age that we're in. And I recommend that you watch a few. I stumbled across one the other day of a lady that sits in her chair. She's every bit my age, and she talks about different things in her life and things in the 60s going into the 70s. This gal that I talk about every now and then, Susan Rudesi, I will plug her because she does everything right in my opinion. Do I want to be a copycat of her? No. Susan is unique in her own way. But I love the way she puts her videos together. She's very professional at it. I'm not there. I don't know if I'll ever get there because I don't have the helping hand. She just knows how to do it. So she's a little poet on YouTube. Beautiful gal, she really is. And she's so much like me that she likes to go to thrift stores and find little treasures of whatever, bring them home, put them in her home, and or she'll show outside. She does everything with a nice camera. Not her phone, her camera. And everything that she does, she has music, she's taking you down some path, looking at water, and it's just so soothing and calming. And then she gets back to her living room where she sits. Usually she posts them on a Saturday, which is great. Once a week is fine. I may get to that. I only do it once a week, once every 2 weeks. I don't know yet. There for a while, I was doing it quite often. But anyway, if you get a chance to pull her up, she's so nice, so sweet about different things that have happened in her life that she's sharing. Intimate details that I think, gosh, I don't know if I would tell people that. But you know what? She does it gracefully. She's not telling you where she lives other than the state. You're not going to know where she lives on her street or anything like that. She's just telling you the things that have gone on in her life. And sometimes that's very helpful. It really is. Her little dog, which I think she said was half dachshund and half something else, it's cute as a buck. And it sings with her. Yeah. I still can't get mine. Daisy's off in the other room. I had to kind of scold her this morning. She was barking too much. When I talk about my dogs, I'm diligently trying to get them to lose weight, and I think it's working with this Farmer's dog food. Yeah. This morning, not so much. I ordered the one that is pork. There's turkey, chicken, pork, and beef. This morning, I think they've been on it for a couple of weeks now. They've kind of figured out this is all we're going to get from Mom in the morning and at night. This is it. Because I want them to lose some weight. And Daisy's just now, you can see the back of her. She's got a little slim waistline going. And I'm thinking this stuff is working. This is great. Yeah. So I'm going to end my video with the wise old owl today. Lessen the stress in your life. Try not to get so excited over this football game coming up this weekend. And by the way, the president is going to be up there in that enclosed area that he's going to the football game. I certainly hope he has a lot of security this time. I really do. I don't remember what the halftime entertainment's going to be, but I'll watch it. I really will. I'm going to do simple little food. I am having the spicy little chicken wings. I may put some coleslaw with that. And yes, some veggie things that husband can snack on and watch his football game that he dearly loves. Watch football. I will watch a little bit of it, but most of it I'll be doing something else. I know I will. Probably resting this pain that I have in my face right now, really. I hope you've enjoyed talking with me, or me talking with you, that is, about stress today, about the copycats. I hope it's been helpful. Do write me an email. Do send me some comment. If it's happened to you, what did you do? Do you find that anything that I said was helpful for you on stress today? Eat better. Lower your stress level. Get away from the people that are toxic in your life. Really, it does help. My last visit of my luncheon with my ladies, oh gosh, they are like a breath of fresh air every time I go out to lunch with them. They kickstart me in a right direction all the time, and they don't even realize it. And I thank them for that. I really do. So for all those copycats out there, stop it. You know, go do your own thing, your own way is my advice on that. And Pam, come back on YouTube. So I'm going to sit here and have another cup of my tea. Probably go fix me some lunch. I think it's that time of day. And I'll catch you next time on Cooking with Carol Diane. This is From My Kitchen to Yours. This has been Tea Time Talk with me this afternoon. Bye-bye now.